A very good day to all of you from MSNBC World Headquarters here in New York. Welcome, everyone, to Alex Witt Reports. We're beginning this hour with two high-profile trials that have brought race and the criminal justice system into focus. Kyle Rittenhouse's acquittal sparked protests around the country this weekend. The 18-year-old was found not guilty on all charges.
So it's hard to reconcile the verdict with the experience that many African Americans have faced over the several decades. So this trial for us is a warning shot that vigilante justice is allowed in this country or in particular communities.
And tomorrow, closing arguments are expected to begin in yet another murder trial dealing with questions of self-defense. A nearly all-white jury will hear closing arguments in the trial of three white men charged with killing Ahmaud Arbery while he was jogging through a Georgia neighborhood last year. NBC's Stephanie Stanton is following the trial for us from Brunswick, Georgia. Stephanie, welcome to you on this Sunday. So what can we expect as closing arguments begin tomorrow?
Well, good afternoon to you, Alex. As you said, closing arguments starting tomorrow. And depending on how things go, the jury could get this case in their hands possibly by late afternoon tomorrow. But, you know, the mood here in Georgia is quite different from what is happening in Kenosha, although this is a what many are calling a racially charged case. But let's break down some of the dramatic moments that we saw last week when Travis McMichael, one of the main defendants in this case, took the stand in his own defense. He said that he wanted to, in his own words, explain what happened. As we know, McMichael, alongside his father, Gregory, and another man, William Bryan, were following Ahmaud Arbery because they believed that he was responsible for at least one burglary in their neighborhood. Upon following him, at some point, McMichael testified that Ahmaud Arbery came at him, and that's when he claims that he fired in self-defense. But during some pretty intense cross-examination, we saw the prosecutor poke holes in that assertion and essentially laying out a case that showed McMichael as the aggressor. Now, after that testimony here outside on the courthouse steps, we saw Wanda Cooper Jones speak to the crowd. She is the mother of Ahmaud Arbery. There was a crowd of supporters here, and she said, among other things, that she believes that there will be a conviction in this case. Take a listen.
I think his testimony was, first of all, I want to say I appreciate his testimony because it gave my family and I some insight on what he was actually thinking. Mr. Travis McMichael killed my son all on assumptions. He had no real facts or where Ahmaud was coming from, what Ahmaud had done. He just took actions into his own hands.
And we also saw McMichael testify that he, alongside his father, Gregory, and that third man, William Bryan, did not make it clear to Arbery during when all of that happened back in February of 2020 that they were, in fact, attempting to make a citizen's arrest. Now, again, this case has been ongoing, some pretty intense testimony that we heard last week, and closing arguments are set for tomorrow, Alex.
Okay, Stephanie Stanton, thank you so much. Appreciate that. So let's get more on this. And to do that, I'm joined by MSNBC legal